Welcome to my room and to some testing and talking regarding The Witcher 3 on PC. And let's just get to it, and then I'll talk about it while we're playing the game. So let me change my camera here. And then we'll switch over to the game and see if this actually works. Looks like it is. I just had to quit the game and restart it. This game's got a lot of issues. I'm going to talk about it a little bit here. Like, I changed my equipment, and immediately, like, all these, like, visual, like, graphical glitches started shimmering and stretching across the main character here, Geralt. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? So I had to, like, close the game and reopen it. And it looks like the weird graphical glitches went away. I'll talk about it for a minute. Right, this game came out in 2015. It's kind of an old game at this point. You know, back in 2015, I didn't have a PC that could play it. So I held off on it. But it's a fairly old game. All things considered, you know, with just the way modern technology advances at a rapid pace, it's kind of dated. However, I think it still holds up really well. And it's kind of a one-of-a-kind, like, it's a unique experience. There's so many details, the story, the world building, the lore. It's unlike any other RPG I've ever personally experienced. It's based on a series of books that I actually own on Audible. I own the audiobooks. I bought the entire series back when I used to subscribe to Audible. And I listened to the entire story. I thought it was fucking amazing. Highly recommend anybody that likes audiobooks. Check out the Witcher books on Audible. You know, I don't remember. It's been years since I've listened to them. Look up online, like, what is the first book in the series of The Witcher, and then find that book on Audible and just listen to the 5-minute, like, audio sample that you can listen to for free. And I suspect you'll be sold on it and be like, dude, I need to hear the rest of this story. And then most likely you'll end up wanting to hear the entire series of books. It's fucking awesome. It's a very brutal world that we live in here. Right? There's magic here. It's a medieval setting. I don't know all the details. I don't remember. But there's monsters that have invaded this realm through, like, another dimension, essentially. And so this world's, like, really brutal to live in because, like, out in the wilderness, there's monsters that'll just fucking eat people and slaughter people, and it's really gruesome. And then people themselves are often worse than the monsters. Like, you get to see humanity at its worst in this medieval world. It is brutal. This story is so fucking brutal. It's kind of shocking sometimes. You know, like, murder and rape and beheadings and burning people alive, cutting people's hands off, torture. There's so much suffering and misery and horror in this world, and you often have to see it or read about it. And the books, I want to say, are probably even worse. The books are more graphic, more extreme. But the game is surprising what they were able to get away with in this game. There's also sex scenes in this game, which makes it like I probably can't play through this whole game on my channel. So, like, I've got this part here that I'm in that's probably safe to play. And I'm just walking around while I talk here. There's a day-night cycle. There's dynamic weather. Sometimes it'll rain very lightly while the sun's out. Other times there's a storm like this. Sometimes it gets even the weather's even worse than this. Sometimes it'll snow. You've got nice, bright, sunny days. Like I said, there's a day-night cycle. It's really nice. It's impressive, especially for an older game. Geralt is a Witcher. And what that means is, like, his hair is white, which is one of the traits that Witchers generally have. Maybe not always, but I think often they do. As a young boy, he was brought into this organization and trained like a warrior. Brutal training. Like harder training than like soldiers would go through. And once he passed the training, he went through this process where they basically, it's like an alchemic process. It's like medicine mixed with magic. And he takes, like as a child, you take these herbal concoctions and it basically kills most people. Most of the young boys that go through the process die. Their body can't handle it. It's extremely painful, and like I said, it generally just kills you. For the few people like Geralt who survive it through probably pure luck, they gain like a heightened, they become a mutant. They're mutated. His hair is white. He has the eyes of a cat. He can heal faster. He can move faster. He's stronger. He can use some like low levels of magic like this. I can use some forms of basic magic. I can cast this shield over my body. You can use things like, there's this sign called, they're called signs. I can use this sign called Axie. And you can use it during combat to basically stun somebody, and then they just kind of like in a daze, and then they're easy to hit. But you can also use it during dialogue conversations with certain characters. Like say there was a scene earlier in the game where I was locked up in a prison, and because I had leveled up this Axie sign to a high level, I was actually able to talk my way. I was able to convince the guard to just open the door and let me out. It's kind of like Star Wars, you know, when you're just like, I forget how the line goes, but like in that first Star Wars movie, when Obi-Wan Kenobi tells the stormtrooper to just let him and Luke pass, and he's like, let him pass, let him pass. You can do shit like that with the Axie sign. It's pretty cool. So he's a mutant, and people, human beings, like they don't like things that are different. So Witchers are hated. People generally hate Geralt. As you're walking around in towns and shit, people will call you names and spit at you and threaten you and mumble things under their breath that they're gonna do to you. It's kind of shitty. Like, it kind of sucks. Because it, like, that's kind of how that was my life growing up in real life. And then I got to fucking experience it in fucking this video game too.
Far from the worst weather we're likely to get.
You know, I think I've told this story before. Like, when I was like a teenager, dude, I was just going for a walk outside one day, and some dude driving by in a car called me a freak. Like, this is how it was. I suspect this sort of thing still happens to young people. But when I was a teenager, like, the popular word was freak. If you looked different than other people, if you didn't look exactly cookie cutter like all the other dipshits, you were a freak and you were hated. And this dude driving down the road stopped his car to shout, "Freak!" And then he decided to stop his car and get out and start attacking me. It was fucked up. Like completely unprovoked. I was just walking down a sidewalk. And it's just like, I have to fucking experience that in the game too. It's so fucked up, dude. But Geralt is like a hardened warrior, and he can take these people on, unlike me in reality. You know, if I did something in reality that I would want to do, I'd go to jail. I'd get fucking imprisoned and punished. I can't pull out a sword and cut their head off. That's the cool thing about this game. I got these swords and I can just fucking I can just cut him in half. So he's got these 2 swords on his back, and one is steel and one is silver. And the steel sword is for humans and animals, and the silver sword is for monsters, essentially. They're weak to silver. And so you're switching back and forth between the 2 weapons. Got a crossbow, I've got some basic magic. Okay. And I'm on this little side quest. But really, I just want to test this out. I'm kind of far in the game. I wanted to make videos like playing through the whole game, but there was so much nudity in it that I'm like, I can't do this. It'll get banned. I'll probably get in trouble on YouTube. Like I don't know if it's strikes or warnings on my account for inappropriate content, and then eventually they just ban you permanently. So I'm like, I can't even play this game on my channel. But this area here I think will be safe to play. The thing is, it's not an adult game. You know, I think it's rated teen or something. It's kind of relevant, though, right now. I'm going to talk a little more here. This week is an event called Gamescom in Germany. It's a big gaming event. We get a few of these per year, different big gaming events. And they're showing off all these new games or you know, just showing more of what we've already seen is coming soon. Getting people hyped for new games, new experiences. There really wasn't that much of interest. I was kind of shocked. There was not much at that show. Despite how long it was and how many games they showed off, there was not much of interest to me. It was kind of disappointing because they started off in the show saying, like, you know, the games industry's been pretty bad recently with all the layoffs, all the studio closures. The cost of components and hardware is basically making this hobby like unaffordable to many people. But however, this is like one of our best shows ever, and there's so many great games. And I watched it, and I'm like, dude, no, there is not. That was fake. No, there absolutely is not. There was like 2 fucking games at the whole show that looked interesting. It's taste, like personally to me, but a lot of the games they showed off were like fucking trash gambling games. Every single fucking game that says Hoyoverse in the title is a gambling game. It's these fucking games that are free to play. Anytime I see anything that's free to play, I immediately check out. I'm like, absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. I know what this is. This is a scam. Every single free to play game, it's a gambling game. It's free, right? So that you engage with it, and the next thing you know, you're like, well, I want that, but I want to get that cool outfit. I want to get that cool item. I want to get that cool. They designed the games that are free to play so that you start out the first maybe couple of hours getting into the experience, and then they start gating progress. You can't, like, technically, yeah, you want to play it for like 20,000 hours, maybe you'll make some progress. But if you want to actually enjoy yourself and play the game like a normal game and make sort of like, you know, a traditional form of progression and enjoyment, you have to pay for it. So it's like every single thing is monetized. Every fucking item, every action, every piece of gear, everything you do is monetized. You have to pay for it in these little micro incremental transactions. And by the end of playing the game, you've probably spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. They are the scummiest, most repulsive type of game. Like, they should be fucking illegal. They're gambling games that are designed to manipulate you and suck money out of you. And everyone, like half of the fucking games at the show were these gambling games. It made me sick every time I saw one. I'm like, I can't believe this fucker lets this shit on his show. I mean, it's obvious, right? They're paying millions of dollars to get on that show, to have a place on that main, on that announcement, to have their trailer up there, like with the spotlight on it. They're paying millions of dollars for that. And like, yeah, he'll take it because it's money. But dude, no. I feel like he should be like, no, we're not. We're just not going to do business with you. We are not this kind of show. We're not going to support that sort of behavior. This is exactly the kind of problem that is hurting the games industry as a whole. And we aren't going to participate in it. We aren't going to promote your shit. We're not going to, try to make this successful for you just because you're handing us some fucking money. A lot of the games they showed off at the show were these gambling games. It was disgusting. And they all looked the same. They all looked so fucking generic, dude. It was like this nasty... I like anime sometimes. But like the anime style with these free-to-play games is fucking disgusting. It is disgusting, dude. Yuck. Every single one of them I saw made me sick. You could tell immediately the second you saw it, you knew what kind of game it was. You didn't even need to see the title or the company it was coming from. You could tell immediately. Like the second I saw a single image, I'm like, nope. Immediately I knew what it was and checked out. There were so many of them. One of the few announcements, though, that was kind of positive, you could say, was an expansion to this game. But it's kind of sad that, like, one of the biggest things that they had at the show was just an expansion for this fucking game that came out in 2015. That's not that fucking exciting at the end of the day. And we'll get to playing it for real here in a minute. I wanted to talk about it without just sitting here with the camera pointing at my face and complete silence. So I just figured I'd walk around a little bit while I talked. And I actually wrote down some notes. Now I'm going to read this off here. So what they're doing is this game, this old-ass game, they're releasing what they're calling a remaster next month. That if you own the game, it's free. It's a free update, which it's really cool because most people probably own this game at this point. So they're giving away this free update and they're calling it a remaster because they're adding a lot of content. And I wanted to read it. It was kind of hard to find this. I went to the official website and there was no detailed list that I could find of all of the additions and enhancements. I couldn't find anything on the fucking internet, honestly, that listed all of the additions to the game. So I watched the video announcement, and if you freeze the frame during the announcement, because it's really fast, they scroll, while there's gameplay on the screen, they scroll a list of all of the things they added, and then it's like immediately gone. And so like I just paused the video and wrote down everything that I saw on the screen. They're adding to The Witcher 3 Remaster, which is this game before all the updates. They're adding cross-platform mod support, which, if you're into mods, I actually have not modded this game at all. I don't want to mod. I have a few games that I have mods with, like Cyberpunk 2077. It is such a pain in the ass managing those fucking mods every time they update the game, and it breaks the game and it breaks all your mods, and then you've got to go find updates for all the mods. If the mod creator didn't update the mod, you're fucked. You basically like, all right, I guess I have to go in and try to find where the mods are and delete them. It is such a pain in the fucking ass once you start modding a game. So I'm like, I don't want to mod this one. Fuck it. But they're adding cross-platform mod support. Guess that's exciting for some people. A lot of these additions don't sound that interesting. Immersive meditation. There's a mechanic in this game. Like if I go into the menu, I can go over here to meditation. And I can change like the time of day. I can meditate for so many hours. You're like, let's do that. I'll meditate until tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And what it does when you meditate is it replenishes your what do you call it? Like your potions and stuff. Your alchemic, whatever these are called here, like oils and potions and bombs. It's actually kind of, there's a lot of systems going on here. Like I have the two swords, as I mentioned. There's a steel sword and a silver sword. You can apply over here in this left category oils, and different oils have different properties, and you can apply an oil to the blade to do more damage to a certain type of enemy. So if you're going to, because some of the enemies can be extremely challenging and you get your ass kicked. So like to give you an advantage, you can figure out what its weakness is, generally by going over here. Where is that? To the bestiary, and then reading up on it. And you can see, like, say you're trying to fight a wyvern, and you can look over here and you can read about the wyvern, and then you can see what its weaknesses are. And like this one would be weak to a dragonid oil. So then I could see if I have that kind of oil in my inventory and apply it to the blade, that sort of thing. So we just meditated, and you saw it just showed like a time of day went by, and then my potions were replenished. And then he was like kneeling down, then he gets up. And now it's the morning. So they're adding an immersive meditation screen. Not quite sure what that is. Not that excited about it, but there's an addition. Refined animations. Whatever that is. You know, they're doing some kind of refinement to the animation system. New quest tracking. UI improvements. This sounds like a minor update. It doesn't sound like this is like a remaster from my point of view, right? Like cross-platform mod support, immersive meditation, refined animations, new quest tracking, UI improvements. They're reworking the looting system because you can loot crates and chests and barrels and stuff. Refreshed motion blur, new accessibility features, whatever those are. They're not going to say until it comes out. Updated textures. Is it like across the board or just here and there? What, one or two? All of them? A handful? It didn't really say. It just said refreshed or updated textures. Foliage shading rework. Right, a lot of these are really unclear of exactly what they've done and how much they've really done to it, other than we updated it. It's been reworked. Tutorial modernization. HDR improvements. Right, they're so unclear. GTAO. And I had to look that up because I didn't know exactly. I assumed it was some sort of ambient occlusion, but I didn't know what the fuck GT was. It's ground truth ambient occlusion. I don't know the full details. I didn't spend a lot of time researching it. But it's essentially like a shading technique so that certain objects will have a more realistic, like, shadows and shading to them. You know, like if you look over here, even, I would say probably even stuff like this, foliage on the ground. When you look at the little grasses and weeds on the ground, and you see like the closer to the surface of the dirt that you get, there's like a shaded, it's a little shaded. There's some shadows around the base of the plants. That's the sort of technique where they'll employ like ambient occlusion. Or like the way that around this door and around the edges of the wall of this house, there's some shading and shadows. It's a little darker. They're probably using some form of ambient occlusion there so that it has a more realistic shaded look to it. Otherwise, everything would look completely lit and it would look unnatural. Everything would be the same brightness. There would be no like gradient of shading or shadows. It's something kind of like that, I'm assuming. So they're adding GTAO. They're adding an improved menus. Ray tracing improvements. Everything here is so unclear of exactly what they're doing. It sounds really minor, to be honest. Global lighting rework. New shading model. Subsurface scattering. I think subsurface scattering is a lighting technique. Like the way that light will interact with certain surfaces. New tone mapper. PlayStation 5 Pro support. Xbox Play Anywhere support. Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive features. Whatever the fuck those are. NVIDIA... So this is where it suddenly gets a little more interesting to me. These sound like more meaningful improvements on PC. On PC. NVIDIA DLSS 4.5 support. It's like, okay, you're finally getting a much newer version of DLSS. What is that? It's like deep learning super sampling, I think it stands for. You're getting AMD FSR 4 support and Intel XeSS 2.0 support. So if you have an Intel, AMD, or NVIDIA video card on PC, you've got some like newer versions of their their upscaling features, I think is what that stuff is. Like the deep learning super sampling, the NVIDIA DLSS, that's what I use because I have an NVIDIA card. And I'm assuming the FSR and XeSS are similar to that. This is the one that really stood out to me. Path tracing on PC. They didn't really talk about it. They didn't really showcase it or anything. I don't think they even depicted it in the video that they showed off. Path tracing could potentially be a really big deal. That's like a more advanced version of the ray traced lighting. So with path tracing, you're going to get what I'm assuming is like hyper realistic lighting, where light realistically actually bounces off objects in the environment. It's basically like the most realistic lighting system you can achieve on a modern piece of hardware, and it's extremely expensive performance-wise. Right? If you are getting somewhat playable frame rates, you aren't going to get somewhat playable frame rates after you enable ray traced path tracing, because it's just so demanding on the hardware. But if you have a computer capable of it, it can be like game changing. Like it could make an experience, it could almost feel like a new experience again, because the lighting looks so goddamn good. Lighting is extremely important. You know, you could take a game that looks kind of shitty and add really hyper advanced lighting, and it suddenly looks amazing. Just the lighting alone can make that difference. So they're adding path tracing, which could be a really big deal. But again, they didn't really talk about it. I don't think they showed it off in the video. And they're also adding ray reconstruction on PC. They're adding ray traced hair. So one of the features, like you can see Geralt has some pretty decent looking hair here, especially for an older game. There is a setting in the menu called NVIDIA Hairworks that gives him more realistic hair, and I have that turned on. I turned that feature on because I like stuff like that. They're adding native DirectX 12 support. Now this could actually be a big deal, and I'll get back to that in a second. And then finally, rendering parallel parallelization. So there's 30. This is, I numbered them to see. They announced 30 additions here. There's 30 things. So native DirectX 12 support. This game is using DirectX 12. And I think it's one of the reasons why it's so unstable and it crashes all the fucking time. This fucking game will probably crash while I'm doing this video. I had to restart it before the video because it got a bunch of fucking graphical glitches. And before that, it did crash on me when I changed equipment. It's very unstable, and it will crash often at any time, but it seems to crash most prominently if you're in the menu and you change your equipment. It doesn't matter if you're changing your boots, your pants, your shirt, your sword, you're adding like a rune to your sword. Anything related to changing your equipment in any way will often hard crash the game to the desktop. Very often. To the point that I'm almost afraid to ever change equipment. Generally, my rule of thumb is save the game before you change anything. And then try to change it. And many times it will crash. And you'll be glad you saved it before that. It kind of sucks that it's that fucking unstable. My hope, because what they did is the game came out in 2015, but in 2022, I believe, during the pandemic, they released a huge update for the game that added all of these new modern features. They added a new modern lighting system. They added DirectX 12 support. They added improved textures. They added many of the things that they're essentially adding here in this remaster. The remaster is kind of I don't know, I'm going to say maybe a minor update over the update they already did during the pandemic. Because in the pandemic, like I said, they added better textures. They added all of these improvements, right? They added a brand new lighting system. They added ray traced lighting and shadows and reflections. And now they're just bringing it up another level, essentially. But it doesn't seem like it's as significant as the update they added in 2022. But when they added all those features during the pandemic, it made the game extremely unstable. Because I don't think the game natively supports DirectX 12. It's kind of bolted onto it. And so it makes it a really unstable fucking mess. So according to this list here, it says native DX12. I'm hoping that means the game will actually be less prone to crashes and instability. But I wouldn't fucking hold my breath either, to be honest with you. I wouldn't fucking count on it. I'm kind of worried it's going to make the game even more unstable after you update it. And my other concern is that the game, you go to launch the game after this update comes out next month, and Steam is just going to say, update required. You can't play the game until you update it. And then you're going to update it and be like, well, now it runs worse. I don't like the way this looks. I liked how it looked before, and now I'm fucked. They ruined my game. I'm kind of worried that's going to happen. All right. I feel like I've talked enough now, but I wanted to talk about it a little bit before we play it. So I'm on this side quest here. I'm if I go into my quests, I have so many fucking quests. These are main quests right here for the main story. And then these are secondary quests, and I've got a ton of them still that I'm trying to get done. It's just they just keep building up. And then I have what's called Witcher contracts. Whoops. Witcher contracts. Those are contracts that I took on, that I elected to take. You know, the inhabitants of Honorton had a problem. One only a Witcher could resolve. A monster they unhelpfully called a spook was haunting the woods near their village. Geralt decided to see what kind of beast it really was and then kill it. So I've got to go there at some point and try to find this beast and kill it, and then I can go collect a reward. And then I also have treasure hunts where I can go looking for various treasures. Like, there's a lot of shit here, and it just keeps building up. So I'm trying to get some of them done. And if I go back up here, I am currently on this one. It's an older one, and it's recommended level 17, and I'm level 26 now. So it shouldn't be too hard, whatever this is. Let's see here. It says, concern filled Croc's voice, and something else. Pride? The Jarl had pulled Geralt aside during King Bronn's wake to confess his worries about his daughter, Ceres. She had sailed to Spikarug. I'm not really sure how you say that. Seeking the cure to Jarl Ulderic's mysterious affliction. A dangerous mission. Though one that would certainly be less so with a witcher's help. Geralt eyed his old friend over carefully, then made his decision. So I'm going here to help this guy and to help his daughter. And so I'm really close, actually. She should be around here somewhere. I like the music in this game. Each area has different music. The previous area I was in had some like really nice female like vocals, like some singing. And it just sounded a little bit mysterious and maybe a little melancholy and even somewhat eerie. I liked it. You can go in here and you can get your hair cut. Like, his beard's getting a little thick. I can get it trimmed. Let's go in here. Where is it? Or is it this guy right here, maybe?
What can I do for you, traveler?
Can you trim my hair? Way it is now, it gets in my eyes.
So I can change it. I kind of like his hair like that, to be honest. But I'm going to style his beard. Full beard, trimmed short.
So long.
You can harvest items in the environment for making your potions, like these mushrooms.
Only got cat's eyes.
Where the hell is that telling me to go? Maybe I go in the front door. Maybe this isn't the front door. It'll still work.
We'll be done in a moment.
And then a giant sea snake swam up and bit my arm off. The gods have spoken. A sacrifice is needed.
To my mind, it's about you defeating a snake, yeah.
No, they demand a sacrifice. I'm sure of it. It's time.
We must wait for a clearer sign. At least till your next dreaming.
I don't need no more signs.
Looking for Ceres. Heard she stayed here.
Von Krait's daughter. Aye, she was here.
Where is she now?
What?
Ceres. Where's Ceres?
Dunno. Enough of the questions.
I say something wrong?
You must forgive the Jarl. Hasn't been feeling well of late.
Is he sick? He didn't seem quite right during Croc's feast, but...
Forgive me. I must go to him.
Where's Ceres? I've got to find her.
I don't know. Ask around.
Great.
What a help you guys are.
Remember when that storm caught us in Alt Bay? Aye, like it were yesterday. Ofcon fell overboard and near drowned.
Udalric dove in the waves and saved them.
'Twas the gods directed him. He said the
Drink
voice
last night
commanded
too.
him to dive.
Out of me sight.
Too bad they didn't protect him from harm. Cut his shoulder to the
Alright,
bone.
let's get out of here.
Wound then festered for a month.
I can use I'm using an Xbox 360 controller. You can use your controller and like I press the left trigger and use Geralt has enhanced senses because he's a witcher. So I can use my witcher sense to highlight objects of interest. And like I can loot these. If nobody's looking, they probably won't notice I'm going through their things. I'm gonna take some shit here. Sometimes you find some really valuable stuff. Alright, let's see, where do we have to go here?
Jeepers. You were real from more.
Greetings.
Ha! Nary a soul for months. Then one day guests from afar start dropping like rain in springtime. You weary traveller? Hungry?
Looking for Ceres, Jarl on Crate's daughter.
Ah, you found her. Or near to. Lass was just here.
Know where she might have gone?
Took an interest in our Jarl. Asked about his childhood. So I told her to see Bergthora and Eirik.
Who are Bergthora and Eirik?
Years ago, Eirik was close with the old Jarl. Was the Jarl that helped him win Bergthora's hand. They lived toward the east end of the village.
Take care.
Bless you. And my blessings to Ceres when you see her. I could have married a continental man.
Up here?
Hey there.
Sorry to interrupt.
You need something? Come, let's have a pint of that shot.
Thanks, but I'm short on time. Looking for a girl named Ceres.
Quack on Crate's daughter. She was here, but I've not seen her a while.
Take care.
Uncle said folk on the continent got heads like cats, but you only got...
Greetings. I'm looking for someone.
Lucky chap you are then. Truth be told, I'm taken, but village is brimming with lovely girls.
I can respond to that. Lovely, you say? Can I meet him?
I'm looking for Ceres.
The skinny thing. Lovely doe eyes, true, and she's from an honourable house. But the lass is gaunt as a sapling.
I don't know where she is, and her father...
Tell Crack to calm down. No Skellige lass can perish in her own isles. All right, she was here a few hours. Went to find me man Eirik. Needed to talk, she said. They should be on the beach, t'other side of the isle.
Thanks. Take care.
Good luck searching.
Jeepers. You were wraith from Moorhog?
I've never played a RPG. I can't think of one that felt quite as immersive as this and had such a believable natural environment. There's so much diversity in this environment as you're walking around through the wilderness. You go off the beaten path and walk through the woods. It feels like a real forest. It's fucking awesome. Even being an older game, it still looks really good. Like I'm impressed by it, I'll be honest. I don't have the best hardware, but I'm curious to see what these updates are going to add. I'm probably the most interested in seeing what the path traced lighting does and whether or not I can enable it. I didn't see anything mentioned when I look at this list of 30 things I read off. I did not see frame generation. I'm not sure if this game supports frame generation. Maybe it does. Maybe it's already in the menu and I just didn't notice it. Frame generation might allow me to play this game with path traced lighting because I do have an RTX 4070. You fucker. Fuck off.
Fucking mute dabbler! Swarming like gulls around the waist heap. I be sure we showed them.
We seem to remember you sitting on that rock crying for help.
But if not for me warning, you'd be herring bait about now.
Thanks for your help. Did it once, maybe you can do it again.
Well, we'll have to think about it. Busy the day me fishing got nets to mend. No time to fight monsters.
It's not drowners this time. It's Ceres. I'm looking for her.
Aye, fine-looking girl. Can tell right away she's from a good clan. Left her sitting right here when I sailed out to bring in the morning catch.
Any idea why she came here? She say what she was after or just admire the scenery?
Just about our Jarl and his family.
She say where she was headed?
Wouldn't tell a stranger, but we did risk our hides together. Went to Odeldrick's old family home. Yonder on the hill.
Thanks. Farewell.
You do a lot of fucking going back and forth trying to find people. It's kind of annoying sometimes. You kind of play like a detective half the fucking time. Oh, here it is. I'm like, where's that other corpse? I always look for loot from the corpses because you can find a lot of items that can then be used. If I go into my menu and I go to alchemy, where I create potions and shit, you have to use those herbs that you find in the environment and essentially body parts from monsters to craft a lot of this stuff. You can see here, it shows you all the different ingredients. You can see how many there are to make. Okay. So let's look at the map. I find this map to be kind of frustrating to use sometimes. Hopefully that's something they address in the update. Okay, what fucking... Okay.
Uncle said folk on the continent got heads like cats, but you only got cat's eyes.
Or they keep an eye on him.
I recognize your type a mile away.
These continental dandies come a strutting, then we gotta drag their corpses out of the
You're a
inn.
wraith from Moorhog.
That caught a turn.
I could have married a continental man.
But my grandson on the throne. No black.
I like this sort of environment with the spruce trees everywhere. I used to live somewhere kind of like this. Not in all the mountains, but with a lot of trees like this. I'd love to live somewhere like this. Maybe not quite as cold. This area does look fucking cold as fuck, but I think living in the mountains could be fucking awesome.
Something seriously wrong here. Fresh footprints. Could be Ceres's.
Might as well see what's in here. Not much.
Ceres. Passed out. Gotta get her out of here.
What happened? Where am I? Oh, my head. Pain's just awful.
Got hit with something heavy.
Geralt, why are you here?
Came to look for you. Croc's worried. Taking you home.
I won't go until I help Ulrich. The sword! Where's the sword? I've got to go back!
You're not going anywhere. I carried you out of there a moment ago half dead.
I have to!
You have to tell me what's going on. Why'd you go in there?
I wanted to help Ulrich.
Sure, he was acting strangely, but I don't see how your stroll through a haunted house will help him.
It would have if I'd only found the sword.
So what's this sword all about?
It's Brokvar, the ancestral sword of Udalric's clan. I needed to lift the curse that holds Udalric.
A curse?
Long story. Years ago, Udalric and his little brother butted heads over the sword. As custom has it, the clan's sword should go to the firstborn son, Udalric. But his father gave Brokvar to his little brother, Aki.
Serious insult in these lands.
Serious enough for Udalric to break a sacred law here in Skellige. He openly questioned his father's decision.
Guessing the old Jarl couldn't let it pass.
They chained Udalric to a pile, up to his waist in the sea. Spent 3 days like that. When his punishment ended, he and Aki sailed out to fish.
Got a feeling this trip didn't end happily.
Your feeling's right. There was an accident. A storm broke out and Aki fell overboard. Udalric had his hands full with the sails. Didn't hear his brother until it was too late.
Didn't hear? Or didn't want to hear?
Some folk on the Isle had the same doubt, but none would mention it aloud.
What do you think? Did Udalric kill Aki?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions. But I do think whatever happened at sea that day, well, it's affecting Udalric right now. Powerfully so. And it could have something to do with that sword.
What did you plan to do with the sword?
I thought Aki's ghost would want it back.
The brother's ghost?
Long as I remember, folk have said Udalric's the chosen one. The one the gods speak to. I believed it once. But now, considering certain things, I think he's just haunted. And it's his dead brother that's haunting him.
So you believe Aki's getting his revenge, because Udalric let him die?
I've talked to Yort. He swears Udalric didn't start hearing voices till after Aki's death. And I don't think Yort's mistaken. He knew both those boys from the cradle. I think we've to give Brokvar to Aki, and he'll leave Udalric alone.
Not a bad idea, on condition it's a ghost we're dealing with. But something doesn't add up.
What's that?
Aki drowned at sea, said so yourself. But the ghost haunts this house.
Aki and Udalric both lived here. Maybe that's why. Thanks for your help, Geralt. But I've got to get the sword.
Out of the question. I'll get it.
Really? Thanks. So I can go see Udalric?
No chance. You're weak. Might pass out again along the way. Wait here, we'll go together.
Shit. Oh. Key to cellar. Gonna light these candles. There it is.
What is this about? I'm sure we're gonna have to fight something. There's no way that's gonna be easy.
So, did you find the sword?
I found it. Let's go.
After you, then. You and my da, you were mates once, right?
Hope we still are.
But, well, I heard you fell out over something, or someone.
Talking about that story with Yennefer? Long time ago, that. In fact, that was before Croc met the woman who'd be your mother.
But you and Yennefer had already met?
Things were never cut and dried with Yen.
What is it about her? What is it that draws you?
Dunno. Maybe, it's 'cause I've never chosen comfort and ease, the calm and the quiet.
Yennefer is the woman that Geralt's in love with. He's kind of in love with a couple of women. But I'd say that Yennefer is the one he's most in love with.
Grand those swords, but I prefer me trusty axe.
A witcher?
Could you tell a trout from a char?
Ah, if only Miss Sven could be a hero like that.
Got a betrothed.
Where's Yennefer?
Don't know. Why do you ask?
I just wonder why she let you come here alone.
What do you mean, let me?
Nothing. Not a thing. Just got the impression she doesn't like to let you out of her sight. Look, there they are.
Horridly bright out here. Stings the eyes.
The fresh air will do you good.
The gods won't be pleased.
Jarl, our guests, remember.
What happened to your hand?
I sacrificed it to the gods.
Forgive him, Jarl. Geralt's got more to learn about our customs. We're close to the gods in Skellige, and the chummier you are, the greater the offering you make. It's our belief that the greatest thing a man can offer is his pain, his suffering, the pure sacrifice.
To hear the gods is a gift, not a sacrifice.
These voices you hear.
The gods, their voices.
More likely this is somehow related to your dead brother.
I told Geralt of Aki. We concluded that...
That the gods are angry at you, yet he's the reason. That's why you have to apologize to Aki himself.
I didn't want to. Aki fell in the water. The gods will be angry.
Angry you want to make peace with your brother? Are the gods of Skellige that cruel?
They are that just.
Justice demands you return to the dead what is rightly theirs.
What would you have me do?
Remember where Aki fell in the water?
Where the hell did that baby come from?
Near the Isle's eastern end, by the mouth of the bay. Current had swept us towards Ullula's Needle.
It's a dangerous spot. Treacherous eddies swallow a handful of sailors each year.
We need to sail there. Aki's ghost won't rest until Brokvar's returned to his remains.
No. No. The gods, they'll be angry. I feel it.
Fear not, Jarl. The gods love you, and they loved Aki. Surely they want this.
Well, maybe I can sail there. The sword should be returned. That's what matters. Makes no difference by whose hand. What do I look for? Did Aki have anything that'll help me recognize him? Something he was wearing that could survive all this time underwater?
Aye. Our clan ring.
That ought to be enough. I'm off.
So what do I just get in one of these boats? Let me check the map. Okay, so I sail out here. Sometimes getting on this fucking... There's boats like this throughout the land. Sometimes trying to get on these things is really fucking janky. Like, he won't get on it, and then I press the jump button to try to jump on it, and he jumps over it into the water. This time I got lucky.
This here's a calm village.
I wonder if there's like some treasures over here. Oh, it says hidden treasure. Shit. Let's pull over here.
Must be the place.
It's not letting me turn. What the fuck is going on? Turn the fucking boat, dude. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna get off. I'm gonna jump in the water. You fuck. Crooked mast marks the spot. Okay. So does that mean that way or that way? I'm assuming it means this crooked mast is pointing in the direction I need to go. And it's probably underwater. I feel like it's that way. The fuck? Dude, sit down on this fucking boat. Okay, so where exactly am I going here? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Get up. Wow, this pisses me off. Okay, I guess that's it.
Wondering what that accomplished, if anything. Time to see Udalric.
There's like a hidden treasure somewhere under here as well, but I'm not quite sure where. And I'm running out of air pretty fast. I'll come back some other time. There's shit everywhere in the environments. Treasures all over the fucking place. Actually, if I look at that mast, it looks kind of like it's pointing like right here. But like it could, who knows how far out it could be. It could be way the fuck out there near one of those islands. Maybe it's even on one of those islands, now that I think about it. His clothes even get all wet, which is kind of cool. Let's go over to this island here. Maybe the one with the tree on it. Looks like my boat took some damage. There's an icon on the top left there that shows boat damage. It didn't really seem like I hit anything, but I suppose when I pulled up to that island, it must have fucked up the bottom of the boat. Oh. Oh, fuck you. God damn it, dude. It sucks trying to use this fucking crossbow. Come on. Oh my fucking god. Look how many there are. Stop moving around. This sucks, dude. I fucking hate this. There's more? Holy shit! Alright, let's get up to the surface. What the hell? There's like 8 of those fucking things. There's a smuggler's cache right here. Okay. I find that navigating in the water in this game is kind of miserable. It's not very well done. And it's even worse when you have to fight in it. Come on. Up the fucking pace. Alright, let me see if there is like a hidden treasure on this little island. Maybe there's a chest that requires a key. Or maybe it's not this island. Or maybe it's under the water somewhere. I just thought maybe that wherever the fuck that is now, there was that mast on that boat. I thought it was pointing towards this island. Maybe not. Suppose it could have been that other island. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Get on the fucking boat! You see what I'm talking about? It's so fucking janky and shit. It breaks the immersion when you're trying to perform like a simple task of like walking onto your boat. And he's like rolling around, he's like jumping into the fucking boards. It sucks. It happens all the fucking time. Oh, there's monsters on this thing. It says hidden treasure. Fuck off. Get off the boat, dude! Is that it? This isn't really a good place for combat. Where's the other one? It's like fell in the water. Okay. That'll do. I don't think this was the right treasure, though. I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's try to make our way back. I want to finish up this little side quest here. It's kind of taking a long time. You can get an idea of how expansive this game is, because I'm just on one... This is just like a series of islands in like one corner of the world map. There's also like a mainland continent. I will admit, though, that sailing around here like this is kind of mind-numbing. It's not the most stimulating. I'm not even sure where the fuck I'm going. Okay, let's just get up. Get off the fucking boat. Come on. Fuck out of the water, dude. Fuck the fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. What's this? Okay.
I never knew a man as brave. And as God fallen were eaten by trolls.
Why'd you do it?
I had to.
What is this?
Udalric. The voice has commanded him to poke out his eye.
What? Why'd you do it?
Such was the will of the gods. A sacrifice for Aki.
What did the gods want? Exactly. Do you remember? What did they tell you?
They were angry. A voice said, "You vile wretch. You didn't help Aki, and now you failed to sail out to beg his forgiveness. Poke out your eye. Suffer. and regret the evil you've wrought.
When did the gods speak to you? Right after I left?
Shortly after. Sleep came over me, so I lay down. 'Twas then they revealed their will to me.
You always asleep when they speak to you?
Always.
What do you see then? Do they try to summon you anywhere specific?
My old home. They command me to light torches, then speak from the shadows.
The gods ever show you their form, or are they always just a shadow?
Once, I steeled myself, gathered my courage, and in my dream made my torch burn bright. I saw a hazy figure sitting in shadow then.
The gods speak from the shadows, you said. Is that why you don't allow any lights in here?
In my dreams. At times I see their form, when the torches burn bright.
To see the gods is a great honor. Maybe with more light in your house, you'd see them when you're awake as well.
Lesser men are unworthy. They cannot gaze upon their faces.
The gods always demand you offer them your suffering?
Only that pleases them, so they ask for more and more.
I returned the sword, but nothing's changed. It's not his brother's ghost that haunts him, tortures him.
What's wrong with him?
Can we talk somewhere in private?
The guest room. Come. Well, know what it is?
It's a Heim, a post-conjunction creature, very rare and very dangerous. It latches on to men who commit vile deeds. It feeds on their pain for years, fueling their guilty conscience. In the end, Heims force their victims to mutilate themselves.
Sounds unpleasant. Any way to defeat it?
Two methods that work. In theory. They say a Heim can be tricked. You have to pretend to do something horrible. Then it'll move on to you as its new victim. When it realizes it's been tricked, it'll be forced to leave.
Great. Let's try it.
Don't know anyone who's pulled it off.
Maybe no one's thought up a trick that was good enough. What's this other way?
Witcher's bestiaries say you have to spend a night in the Heim's lair with the affected individual.
The haunted house, you mean? It's hardly cozy, but I wager you've slept in worse conditions.
It's not about sleeping. You've got to draw the Heim out. It has to emerge from the shadows, show itself. Can't hurt it otherwise.
And it's sure to give as good as it gets.
You've seen Udalric. It won't be an easy fight.
I know you're doubtful, but we should at least try to find a way to trick the Heim.
Might not be as simple as it seems. Besides, neither method's perfect.
What do you mean?
Udalric might not survive an entire night in the Heim's lair.
You think the Heim... Would it try to kill Udalric?
No, that would mean losing its host. But Udalric could just... expire. He's weak, and the house will summon painful memories. Whereas to the Heim, that'll be an opportunity. The more pain the Heim causes Udalric, the stronger it'll grow.
And the more dangerous it will be to you. And what about the other method?
The Heim's a demon, and demons are notoriously hard to fool. Plus, the trickster can't know it's a trick.
What?
The Heim attacks those who have a guilty conscience, truly believe they committed a foul deed. The Heim strengthens their regret and feeds on it. Meaning, if the new host doesn't feel true sorrow, the Heim will sense that.
Yes. So, for this to work, if either of us has an idea, we can't tell the other one about it.
Exactly.
Both methods seem risky. but I still think we should try the trick.
Don't know that I'm convinced.
Just please don't tell me you have to consult Yennefer on such things as well. If we fail to think of anything, we can always try the Witcher's way.
Trying the trick can't hurt.
Good decision.
Haunted house. The Heim's lair. Only place where anything like this could work.
After you, then.
No reason to delay.
Let's look around.
Solid craftsmanship. Fitter must have been from the continent.
Useless.
Ciri. No, it's impossible. Damn it. Looking to discourage me? Good. Means you're scared. Somebody could break their leg, or their neck. Shattered. Udalric must have been scared of seeing the creature just behind him. An old cradle. Must have belonged to Udalric or Aki.
Geralt, come! Think I've got an idea!
The fuck was she just doing in here?
Geralt!
Come up with anything?
Yes, I have a plan. One that just might work.
Can I get any details?
You've got to wait for me here. I won't be long.
Anything else?
Said yourself, you can't know the details. So no, nothing else. You simply gotta trust me.
Hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. So, can we start?
I'm ready.
All right, I'll be back soon. In the meantime, get a fire going in the oven.
Over there! She's running to the old house!
Grab her!
Take him. You must put him in the oven. Trust me.
Take care not to hurt the child. Give me the feed.
In the oven. Throw him in the oven.
Aki!
The Witcher committed no crime. You'll find neither despair nor guilt here. Only shock and relief. You've been tricked. You must go.
It's over.
Over?
We tricked the Heim. It thought I'd killed your child, abandoned you to haunt me, feed on my conscience.
But when it saw the babe was whole, unharmed, it had to go. You're free, Jarl.
Free?
The Heim's gone, so are the voices that tortured you. Let's get out of here.
What's happening? My head's spinning. I'm spinning in a maelstrom.
Geralt, you said it was over.
That's just fatigue. In time, his mind will return to normal.
What? What will I do now?
You're disoriented, but don't worry, it'll pass.
I feel as if someone's torn something from me.
That's normal. The Heim was a parasite. Bonds between parasites and hosts can be strong. That's why you feel empty now. Give it a few days, weeks, you'll be fine.
Thank you. I think. Farewell.
I'll go with him. He seems confused.
Good idea. Then what? What are your plans?
I'll stay a few days, make sure he's healthy. And you? Gonna stay on Speaker Rog?
Don't know yet. Gotta gather my thoughts.
I'm sure Yennefer must be growing impatient.
What is it with you and Yennefer? Mentioned her several times already.
Nothing. I've just noticed that you're often of one mind.
Saying I'm henpecked.
Not that you're especially different. Seems to happen to all men. Take a rowdy Skelliger, a brave knight or a tough witcher. You all end up wrapped around some woman's finger. Though I will admit you're not all bad. You trusted me, a complete stranger nearly. Few would have had the courage.
Appreciate it if you didn't tell everybody in the Isles. They'll think I enjoy being dominated.
Farewell, Geralt.
See you, Ceres.
Oh, man. Yennefer is kind of a bitch. She's kind of a cunt. Oftentimes. But he puts up with her. Because he fell in love with her. She's like I don't think I mentioned it before. She's an extremely powerful sorceress. I think one of the most powerful. And ice fucking cold. But she warmed up to Geralt. But she still treats him like shit a lot of the time. That's a pretty long side quest. Some of the side quests in this game are just like a couple minutes. You know, you go find something, you get it, bring it back, and get a reward. Other times they're like that. Like, they go on for quite a while. Sometimes a couple of hours.
Not like my good friend Sven.
Alright, you know what? There's a sign right here we can fast travel from. Where is that? Right here. What else do I have? I don't want to take on the main story until I've done some more of these. Like, just that one. took like a fucking couple hours. Like, here's another one. It's pretty low level. I'd like to clean up the lower level stuff first. Let's see, where is this? Over here. We'll go over there. I'm probably going to stop it here, though. I might do more of these. Really, I wanted to test this out.
Foes, we show our axe. Remember that.
I wanted to see how well this would run while recording it and how the recording comes out. Because sometimes when there's that extra layer of complexity when I'm trying to record the gameplay. Playing it generally feels fine. It's pretty smooth. If I'm using a frame rate monitor, like monitoring tool, which I don't use while I'm recording because it causes issues with the recording. But if I'm using one of those tools, in the beginning I was getting around 60 to 55 FPS with all of these graphic settings cranked up, which was really solid. However, sometimes it would drop into the 40s or maybe even the high 30s, depending on the environment I was in and how much complexity there was. Trying to record that. What's this guy want? He's a merchant. Trying to record that can cause issues. Because, like, OBS wants...
Come, take a gander.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm pressing the button, dude.
Greetings. Looking to buy?
Why are we suddenly in the town?
Show me your wares.
I like this music. It's unexpected when it comes in. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it. Okay.
So long.
He was sitting out in the woods. All of a sudden it teleported us into the middle of the town. Like, this game's kind of buggy. It's got some issues.
Best blade's not worth shite if a weak arm's swinging it, eh?
Yeah, see, he's still there. What the fuck?
Come closer, stranger.
No.
Who'll I leave my home to if Jalva dies? Who'll continue?
Mind if I interrupt?
Nay. My prayers are in vain anyways.
Here you're having trouble with a curse.
I am. Look, see it lying there. A horse head on the pole. That's
a nithing kind of curse. Seen this before. They're nothing to scoff at. Can bring misfortune, even death.
Aye, and the name carved upon it is Tialva, my firstborn. Boy's feverish, grows weaker by the day. I fear I'll bury him before the next moon. Tried to lift the curse myself, but no luck.
I can help you, one of two ways. First, I can try to convince whoever put up the Nithing to lift the curse themselves. Second, I can deflect the curse back on whoever cast it by writing their name on the shaft. Either way, need to know who's behind this.
But I don't trouble no one. Don't know a soul who'd wish it upon me.
Guess I gotta investigate. A Nithing. A powerful curse. Name carved on the shaft. Tialva, son of Lothar. Trails fresh. Might want to look around some.
I can track. He's like an expert tracker. I think we saw some of this already, but this is often how you investigate and find out who's behind various acts in this game.
What is this? Woman's shawl. Distinctive pattern. Distinctive smell.
He can smell things like a wolf or a dog. So now that I've got this scent, what is going on? He's like stuck. So now that he's got this scent, I can follow the scent trail. Yeah, that was weird. It wasn't breaking out of that animation to continue letting me walk. I had to jump out of it.
Hey there! Come, take a gander.
Too many scents. Can't follow my nose any further. Need to ask around about the shawl.
Stop your hollering!
Greetings.
Greetings.
See ya.
Fare thee well. I recognize your
She's not who I'm looking
mile
for.
away.
A witcher? Aye? What's it you need?
Any chance you know who wore this shawl?
Course. Yona, our herbalist, lives there, in that hut.
Interesting.
Oh, she'll be pleased you found it for her.
Yeah, real pleased.
So it was this woman.
Best blade's not worth shite if a weak arm's swinging it, eh?
Wait a minute. Oh, she's out here now.
Found your shawl near Lothar's house by the Nithing you put up there.
How did you know?
Had a hunch. Thanks for confirming it. You know Tialva's got one foot in the grave.
Good. That bastard should never have been born. Me, I was to be Lothar's bride, but he cast me aside for that flounder. Getting his comeuppance now. Him and that whole ploughing family.
Wow. What a bitch.
You'd kill a child out of jealousy? Are you serious?
It's not jealousy, but dignity that matters here. 10 years we lived side by side. 10 years. I cooked for him, washed his breeches, shared my bed. And he abandoned me with nary a word. The whole village laughed. Stupid bint Yona let herself be had. Oh no, I have not been had. forgot.
Want you to lift the curse. I mean it.
Fine, I'll do it. But I've my terms. Lothar's to renounce his son and come back to me.
I'll be sure to tell him. But I think we both know what his answer will be.
My dad's off fighting the Black Ones.
Wow.
So, you know who placed the knifing?
Old friend of yours, Yona.
I might have guessed. Jealous bitch! Can't stand to see others happy. So, will she lift the curse?
Yeah, sure. All you gotta do is renounce your family and go back to her.
Nay. Never! My wife, my son, I'd strip them of honor. Condemn them to poverty. You've got to break the spell, Witcher. Let her die!
Wow.
Can't do that. Yona doesn't deserve it.
And my son? Does he?
No, but he doesn't have to die. You have a choice.
All right. If it'll save Chalva, I'll go back to the hussy. And you, best not see your face round here again.
Wait a minute, so like that's the solution? I thought maybe I'd go back to her and talk to her. I didn't think that would be it. So he's just gonna leave his family? I guess that's it. But still, like, now that one's over. Like, that, we completed that quest. Some of them are quick. And they don't all have good endings. Like, that's not a good ending. It's like, yeah, technically his son won't die. At least not from that. But his family's going to be like a laughing stock and they're going to live in poverty. Who knows what'll happen to them. All because... And, like, I can't imagine that's going to be a good relationship now. He's going back to her because she threatened to kill his child. That's not gonna go well.
Got me eye on you.
But like Witchers aren't supposed to really get involved with matters like that. They help solve problems, often, almost always, for some kind of reward. And that's it. Alright, well, let me see. Oh, I've got to collect my reward. Let's do that. I'll fast travel up there.
Grand those swords, but I prefer me trusty axe.
Me little Morgan's birthday tomorrow. I've no clue what to give her.
This is a quest I guess I didn't finish completing this one.
Master Geralt. A guard spotted you from the tower. They said we'd open the gates.
Why was it closed? Is that famous Skellige hospitality?
Nay, 'tis tradition. After the feast, the Jarls will choose the king, so the doors must remain closed. Only the sons and daughters of Skellige may stay in the castle.
Exception just for me?
All know what you did for Ceres and Hjalmar. Today, you're one of us. Come. Krakow waits.
How's the mood in there?
Calm. Too calm.
How's that?
We've an adage here at Skellige. At a good feast, mead and blood flow in equal measure. Surely you consider this barbaric on the continent, no?
Not sure. Sounds preferable to dull banquets garnished with court intrigue.
I've as much right to it as you do.
And I'd expect you to support me, not pinch my allies. If an crates to wear the crown, it
should be you, because you've got fur growing on your chin, that it.
Show some of your own, and the Jarls just might listen to you.
Want your mug smacked? Remember, I was left standing last time we crossed fists.
Yeah? So you'll fight the Vilcards with me? Wonder who'll do better, you or Hjalmar, the Giant Slayer?
Ah, stop your shite boasting.
Ceres! Hey! Ah, damn it!
Don't see Krak. He talking to the Jarls?
No, went to his chambers. To prepare your promised reward, no doubt.
If you've a spell witcher, perhaps you'd fancy some fisticuffs with the Vilcards. Loosen up your joints after your journey.
Maybe later.
You've no respect for our customs. Not you, nor that witch, Yennefer.
Respect, Witcher.
Brand those swords, but I prefer me trusty
Where are these goblets from?
Must be the one the Jarls summoned.
More silver there than in a dragon's hoard. So on the continent they raise temples to fire. Aye, they do. Don't know the real gods. And water. Gets his own tabernacle. Or air.
Don't know, but if they do, we'll...
Greetings, Berna. Feast not to your liking?
This is no feast. It's a farmer's market where votes are bought and sold like sheepskins.
Svanrig is not gonna vie for support.
Bran's son will not haggle for a crown that is his by right.
Far as I know, crown goes to the claimant who gains the most votes.
That is the tradition, but not all traditions are good. The Isle's care should be entrusted to a single family.
Take it you have a specific family in mind.
Of course. Bran was the best king Skellige's seen in centuries. The throne should pass on to Svanrige, his true-born son, and then on to his sons.
What's wrong with voting for your king?
Take a walk. Listen and you'll understand. The claimants already hand out land, promise privileges, titles, favourable judgments. They behave like whores lifting their skirts for every passerby. A king by the grace of votes is no ruler, but a debtor. This must end. We must start by placing Bran's firstborn son on the throne. I hope the Jarls will see the wisdom of it.
Leaving Caer Trolda?
Tomorrow at daybreak. Enjoy yourself, Master Geralt.
May I?
You must even. Come! I've been waiting for you. So, feast to your liking? Any better than your continental balls?
Definitely more to drink.
Aye, there is. Rolled all of it out of my cellars. Double meads, triple, Cintrian plum brandy, a Hackamum spirit that burns the mouth like boiling water. Clan on Crate knows the meaning of hospitality.
Saw you talking to Berna. What about?
Politics. After all, naught else interests her. Wench tried to convince me that we must honor Bran's memory. And to that aim, I'm to command my offspring to withdraw from the race for the crown. Support Svanrige instead.
Why do I think you turned her down?
You put it mildly. I showed her the door.
Something tells me there's a purpose to your hospitality.
Aye, there is. In the Isles, mead and meat stand to gain you as much support as feats accomplished blade in hand.
If that's true, you can rest easy about how the vote'll turn out.
I'll rest easy on the morrow, when the crown rests on one of my children's hands.
Promised me a reward for helping your children.
And I aim to keep my word. Here, this bauble's been in the family for generations. I give it to you for helping ensure the line endures.
Beautiful craftsmanship. Thanks.
I'm the one.
Shit.
Hear that? Damn it. That must probably started another row.
That's not Hjalmar. Let's go.
Oh, fuck. Dude, what? God damn, dude. What the fuck?
Cloth! Give me some cloth! Gotta stop the bleeding! Quick!
Da. Da.
Take my cloak. Hold on, son. You'll pull through. A shark grabbed my leg once. Albion!
He's dead.
Crack! Where'd those bears come from, huh? Answer! Now!
Careful how you speak to my dad.
Stow your blade, pup, or Crack will lose a son too. You insult me, Lugas, and now you threaten my son. I will not stand for this. Dan, come here. Come on! Put you down like a rabid dog.
Calm down. Calm down. Enough blood's been spilled. Someone brought these beasts here to murder our sons and brothers. We cannot restore their lives. But we can. We must avenge them. This burden falls upon the host and his offspring.
Find the guilty on Crate. Find and kill them. Else your clan will be cursed for 100 generations to come.
Damn, got ourselves a right mess.
Anybody see how the bears got in?
Don't matter. I know where to find the guilty already.
Wait! Are you mad? You're gonna kill folk before we've learned what happened?
Learn all you want. Meantime, I'll go wash the shame off our clan.
Hey, the Jarls aren't listening anymore. Stop playing the hero and think for a second.
Our honor's at stake, sis. I can't wait.
Are you listening to me? Someone let those bears in. We must know who, and the answer lies somewhere in this room.
You guys can handle this without me. This isn't my problem. I just came to get my reward. I'm gonna leave now.
You're right, Ceres. I'll help you.
Thanks.
Fine. See you when I return with the traitors' heads.
I'll stay here. Someone must see to everything. Summon the healer, hand the fallen over to their families. Wolf, I thank you.
Ever see anything like that?
No, and I hope I never will again.
Where'd the bears come from? We were all laughing, eating, drinking. Suddenly, a massacre. Torrents of blood on the walls.
What happened before the massacre? Be precise.
Young Lucas bet he could empty a barrel of beer in one go. He climbed on the table, grabbed a pony keg of Centron wheat, and started chugging. His throat bulged like a blowfish. Face went red, but he kept drinking. Folks started banging their tankards on the table, shouted, "Lugos, Lugos." Then, from the other side of the room, we heard this roar. We turned in unison as if a coxswain had called. They were there. They were already there. Folks closest to the bears didn't even manage to draw their weapons. They were ripped to shreds.
We'll avenge them, I promise. We've talked enough. Let's look around.
Let me know what you find. I'll speak to the others. Maybe someone saw more than I did. Pull yourself
Fang
together,
marks,
sinner.
claw marks,
How'd they
broken
get in?
bones. Hard to say what exactly killed him.
The gates were shut.
I feel like maybe sorcery was involved. You know, like somebody teleported them in here.
Look away a moment. Turn back.
So many wounds. No wonder Hellborn bled to death.
Is the gods doing? Maybe they're punishing us.
For what? You're talking rubbish.
All right. What do we have here? Bear's head, but the tongue's short, like a human's. Mouth smells of honey liqueur. Mead. And something else. Something earthy. Bears like honey. Before it's fermented. Strange. Something under the fur. A tattoo? Shape of a bear paw. Old scar. Looks like it was sutured.
Wow, that's even more interesting.
Half man, half bear. Something like a lycanthrope. No full moon, so something else caused the transformation. Maybe something he ate or drank. Mead. Mead with an earthy aroma. Need to check the horns, tankards, and bowls. All the horns are empty. Earthy scent from the bear's maw. Something towards mushrooms. Bowls empty, but the scent's in the air. Coming from somewhere else in this room.
Okay.
Bowl at each table. Mead in this one. And only mead.
The hell's that? Wait a minute. Right here.
Here. Mead spiked with some kind of mushroom. And... human blood. Ceres, come here.
A guard saw what happened. Those weren't bears. They were...
Men who transform into bears.
Uh-huh. Berserkers.
Berserkers?
The Skald's name for warriors who change into animals in the midst of battle. Stuff of fairy tales, legends. But it seems to make sense, right?
Mm-hmm. Almost. We were at a feast, not on a battlefield. Think I know what caused them to transform. The mead they drank. Smell this. Mead spiked with blood. And something else. Thinking it could be a mushroom, but I don't recognize the type.
Hjort might help us. Few druids know herbs better.
Can't hurt to try.
Disgrace.
Freer,
The kind we've not
Our
seen
Lady.
since the Red Funeral.
Few had died then, and none of y'all's son among them. If this turns out to be crack...
Freyr, our mother, may the sea swallow the traitors. Freyr, our lady.
Mind if I interrupt?
Already have? What is it?
Someone spiked one of the mead barrels with blood and something else. An herb or a mushroom. Sarah said...
Give me the horn. I know the smell. A mushroom. Mardrome.
Mardrome. Never heard of it.
You've another name for it on the continent. Psilocybe, I believe.
All right. Peasants eat it to soothe pain.
Udalric tried it too, but only a few times. In larger doses, the mushroom causes visions, nightmares.
Yes, the last thing Udalric needed more of. Thanks for your help. Blood and Mardrome. The taste of human flesh and a substance that triggers visions. That well could have caused the rage. Maybe even the transformation.
Maybe. Hard to believe someone spiked the mead here in the hall, though, in front of all those witnesses.
You're right. I helped prepare for the feast. I'd have noticed. It might have happened before they brought the drink upstairs. In the cellars, maybe? Come on, we could find some clues there.
Oh, what the hell? He's stuck in the door.
We must find the traitors quickly. Elsewise, the warriors will take matters into their own hands. Castle's up goes already.
Think they'd attack Croc openly?
My father or each other. All in the finest Skellige tradition. Haven't had a good civil war in ages.
Hurry up with that.
Knew there'd be trouble. It was all too calm.
Funny. Arnvold said the same. For a feast to be any good, mead's gotta flow, but so does blood.
I'd say he got his wish. I really hope Hjalmar's doing something useful, not just looking for a fight.
Relax. Your brother's impetuous, not stupid.
We keep the poison at the cellar's other end down below. Come, I'll show you.
The stench! Is that vodka?
Mahakaman spirit. Someone ruined several barrels of the finest.
Good thing Dad's got other worries on his mind. Right behind you.
That's a relief.
So what? That's all liquor on the floor that we're walking in?
This mead's clean. Blood and mushrooms. Think we can find out where this barrel came from? Looks different. What the?
Shit.
The spirit!
There's another exit behind the barrels, but they're too heavy. We'll never move them.
Don't intend to.
God, we might have been burned alive.
Somebody's damn desperate to bring our investigation to a quick end. This a secret passage?
One rarely used, more like. When Yalmar and I were little, we'd play here. Once, bygone days.
Ooh, place of power.
Place of power. It's gotta be.
You can draw energy from these.
When I get my hands on that pyromaniac.
Let's think. They had to use the entrance we used. Maybe they left some prints behind.
Maybe. When the door slammed shut and the fire broke out, did you hear a bottle shatter too?
No, but I've no Witcher senses at my disposal. You must hear the hair growing on my head.
I try not to eavesdrop. Anyway, entrance is worth checking. Come on.
Just gonna help myself to a few items before I leave here. Oh, nice. An emerald. Okay. There's more. Shit, there's a ruby in that one. Maybe she needs to open it? What are we doing? Oh.
Someone walked through the mead. Could you ask for clearer prints? Sticky from the mead. Trail breaks off. Need to find another clue nearby, something else to follow. Must have felt his clothing rip, but was in a hurry.
What's this?
Piece of cloth.
No. It can't be.
What is it?
Arnvald's tunic. Only he wears this kind.
Sure about that?
Saw him in the main hall with the servants. Let's go.
Arnvald. Which guy is that? I guess we'll find out.
Look! It's him! Grab a horse, we'll chase him down.
Shit.
Hey-ya!
Arnvald! Stop, damn it!
Doubt he'll listen.
When I get my hands on him.
You don't stand a chance.
Way to see about that!
Come on, Roach.
Damn it!
Why'd you betray them? Talk or I'll finish what I started.
No Uncreate should ever sit on Skellige's throne. I know you better than others do. You're hot-headed, irresponsible. Skellige needs stability, a strong king. Not the kind a band of drunken jarls will choose.
Curious. Never heard you voice that idea. But I do know one who never stops saying it. It's Berna Bran, isn't it? You were never a good liar, Arnvald.
What was her motive?
It's obvious. She schemed this up to get rid of the other claimants. Slander our clan in the process. If she succeeded, Svanrige would have been left, the only claimant to Skellige's throne.
We need proof. Your word against Berna's, that's not enough.
Arnvald, help us, and I'll ask my dad to grant you an honorable death. I'll insist.
I've letters from her. Instructions. How to poison the mead. But she never signed them. There's no seal.
Will that be enough?
It'll have to be. We shouldn't delay. Time to gather the Jarls.
I've assembled the Jarls in council as you demanded, Ceres on Crate. You claim to know who's behind the slaughter at Caer Trolda. Speak then. The blood of Skellige's sons and daughters. Whose hands does it stain?
Berna Bran's.
The lass is mad. Do you think anyone will believe you?
You had them serve poison mead to the berserkers.
I beg your pardon. The servants of Caer Trolda are not mine to command. 'Twas your father who called for the feast, who assembled the guests.
There's reason in these words.
Have you any proof to confirm your accusation?
I've better. I've a witness. Arnvald.
Ceres speaks true. Berna commanded me to poison the maid. When Ceres and the Witcher descended into the cellars.
You betrayed us. The clan that took you in.
Good man. He's a servant to Ancrete, a lackey. He will say what they command him to say. He would lie for them even were he to pay for it with his head.
Burner speaks true. Arnvold has served a care trollder ever since I remember. Loyally, like a dog.
Got one more piece of evidence.
A letter from Berna to Arnvold, instructing him how to spike the mead.
It lacks my signature. It lacks my seal.
How
Perfume
convenient.
soaked through the parchment. A very strong scent, you know. Still to be sensed.
Is this your proof, lass? Is this what you call evidence of my supposed treason? Don't make me laugh.
Berna's right, Cyrus. 'Tis all precious little proof of her wrongdoing. Alas, your brother Hjalmar also has not presented anything that could clear your family's name. We've but one path left to us. Holger, Lugos, it's time we quit this damn castle. Come, we must decide what punishment Clan Ancrete will face.
You're making a big mistake.
Silence, wanderer.
Wait! Mother, you bade me to leave the hall before the feast. Why?
Son, not now.
Why did you do it? How did you know? How?
He stands silent.
You gave Ceres no credence. Gave the Witcher no credence. But you must give credence to a son who accuses his own mother. The massacre was her doing. She shamed herself, me, the family, the clan.
Svanrige, I did it for you. Only for you.
You admit to this deed. As the eldest of the Jarls, I cleanse the name of Clan Ancrete, and you, Berna Bran, I sentence to death. You will be chained to a rock to perish of hunger and thirst, and sea fowl will peck apart your remains.
Shit. It's not a good way to go.
Werner had a lust for power, I knew this. But so strong as to commit such a crime.
What about Svanrige? What's his fate?
He'll lose his home, his name, his honor. He'll choose exile. Or death. But enough. Whatever comes, we must endure. I thank you, Geralt. Again.
No need. Again.
I'll not take any more of this modesty. This is a land of heroes. Let this remind you of that. And now, I must ride for Gedinate, for the Jarl's Council. Time to pick a king.
What do you think? Who'll get the nod?
Come with me, see for yourself. All may listen to our deliberations.
Might join you later.
Might join you later.
Counting on it, as are my children.
Okay. That went on a little longer than expected. I thought I'd just get my reward and leave, but no. Gonna save it, just to be sure. I'm gonna stop it here. This has gone on for a little while. A little longer than I had planned. Okay, let me go to this. There. Really, I've just testing it out, seeing how well this runs and records. I wanted to talk about it a little bit because it's it's relevant again, you know? Like they're making an expansion. They're releasing an expansion for this game early next year. And then they've got the update coming out next month for free that's going to add a bunch of new features. You know, I saw in the video they showed like a skill tree in the game that it looks completely new, like a completely revamped skill tree. Because from what I've seen, it's not really quite a skill tree currently in the game. Like you can add some abilities to your character and swap them out. It's kind of like a skill tree, but not quite. But in this like update that they're releasing for free next month, it's like a complete fucking skill tree like you'd see in many other RPGs. But I'm most interested in, I would say, probably in this path tracing and then like the, I don't know, ray traced hair. I don't know what the fuck that's going to look like. Because like it's not an improved hair system. It's just the lighting on the hair will be ray traced. If that's probably going to be like a really heavy feature that takes a ton of fucking resources, it's probably not going to be worth it. Global lighting rework. Some of these settings, right? Like the global lighting rework, ray tracing improvements, that sort of stuff. Maybe even the GTAO setting. I'm wondering if that stuff all gets kind of like disabled or overridden when you're using the path tracing. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to use path tracing, then all those other features are basically turned off because path tracing is doing it all now. I don't know. I suspect it's something kind of like that. I want to see what it looks like. You know, the refreshed motion blur. I don't know what the fuck that's going to look like. UI improvements. I don't know if they show it here or list it here. But I saw in the video, they showed like when you're using magic, when Geralt shoots out like some fire or he has like a shield around his body with magic. I believe they're redoing all of the visual effects for the magic. They're updating it with like all new effects. So that could be kind of interesting. The shading. So in the list, it says the only thing that they mention about foliage at all in this list of 30 things that flash by, scrolls by like really quick and looks like 2 seconds in the video. And even pausing it for me to see what they were and write them down was difficult because I'd pause it and like it would go by too fast. They say foliage shading rework. That's it. That's the only thing it says about foliage. Foliage shading rework. It doesn't sound that significant. It's like, okay, I guess it'll be shaded a little differently, maybe look a little more realistic with the shading. But if you go to their website, the official The Witcher website, whatever the fuck it's called, and you look at some of the improvements there, because on the website, at least I didn't see it. They don't show these 30 things that are scrolled by quickly in a list in the video that they had during the announcement. But on the website, it says like significant improvement to foliage. They make it sound like a really big deal on the website with the way it's worded. Like, dude, the foliage is going to be like fucking amazing. We're redoing it all. That's kind of how it was worded. I didn't write down the exact wording that they used. I just know when I read it on the website, I was like, oh wow, they're making this sound like a really significant improvement here for the foliage rendering. But they didn't really talk about that in the video, I don't think. And in the list here of improvements, it just says foliage shading rework. It sounds minor. So I guess we'll see in a month, like how significant it is. It's kind of exciting, you know, like they're going to refresh it all. I'm a little worried because I think this looks great as it is. It's an old game, right? You can only do so much to an old game until it's like you basically have to kind of remake the whole game. Otherwise, it's going to start to look weird, you know? It's going to look weird as you bolt technology onto something that's dated. And I'm just a little worried that maybe it'll look a little weird, you know? Like, well, they're not updating the character models or the environments. They're just adding like improved lighting and textures. And after a while, it's like, okay, maybe you should stop now. They need something. They need something to get people excited about The Witcher because they don't have anything. They are not going to have a new game from CD Projekt Red. Like they have 2 games that they've announced that they're working on. And The Witcher 4 is probably at least 3 years away, if not more. I think they came out the other day and said that they're hoping to hit a 2028 target, which will probably be like December or something of 2028. And that's if they can do it. They might not be able to make it. They might say sometime during 2028, you know, this happens a lot, that they end up having to delay it for a while. But you're looking at a few years before their next game comes out. So they need something for people to stay interested in them, and for money. They need to be able to generate revenue to support all of the development costs. You know, the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, they've only announced that they're working on it. And I think it's in in like pre-production. They're like ramping up a studio in the US, hiring up for it. They're in pre-production. Like, I don't even think they're really actively working on it. At least the last time they talked about it. So that fucker is probably, if I was to guess, based on previous like track records, and then also taking into account that games take longer to make every generation, at least they have been, I would think that game's probably close to 8 years away, the Cyberpunk sequel. I would think 6 to 8 years. You know, like say The Witcher 4 comes out in like holiday 2028, if you're lucky. That's if they hit their target. I doubt they're going to have Cyberpunk ready like a year or two later. It's probably going to be years later. You know, like the Witcher 4 comes out. I'm just going to guess, being realistic, that it gets delayed until sometime in 2029 and comes out, is a massive success, but requires a shit ton of fucking patches. I'm going to guess. Just track record with most. This isn't just CD Projekt Red. This is like every fucking company now. And it's kind of unacceptable, really, when you think about it. Like it's unacceptable. We need to stop. This is something else that needs to be fucking addressed and fixed. Games coming out broken and unfinished on day one when you're spending full fucking price. They generally cost the most money in that initial release window when they're unfinished and broken. And then the price goes down like a year or so later when it's finally fucking done and functions. And it's everything they said it was going to be. That needs to stop. That's another thing. Like, I'm excited to make some videos playing some of the older games that I have in my collection or emulating them. It was a special time. You know, games came out. You took it for granted. You never would have thought it would be like this. Games came out and they were done. They came out and your cartridge, your CD, was a finished fucking product. There was no patches. There was no updates. There was no revision. Every once in a while, but you didn't really know about it. It wasn't advertised, and it was generally really minor. Every once in a while, a version would come out a year or two later that would technically be a revised version of the game that had a bug fix or something. But you didn't really know about it, and it really wasn't that big of a deal either. It wasn't like, dude, this game is so broken, it barely fucking functions. That shit wasn't happening. But sometimes what did happen is that there was like a known bug somewhere in the game that could occasionally cause some kind of issue, some kind of glitch or crash, or maybe corruption or something. And they realized like, hey, we can fix this. And they fix it. And then just every version after that that gets printed or released or manufactured has the fix in it. And like, it was something that minor. Whereas now games come out and they are so goddamn broken and unfinished and unpolished, and they basically don't function half the fucking time, and they're missing a ton of fucking content, unplayable. So many times this happens. It really does. It's kind of shocking, the state that many games release in nowadays. And it's because they've been enabled by the ease of the internet, saying like, hey, we can just use the internet to update it. We can release this unfinished piece of shit to hit our fucking, to like technically like we're satisfying shareholders and whatever other bullshit they have to do to like satisfy groups of shitheads and garbage ass fucks. They release it unfinished to satisfy that group of people. But then the people that are supporting the company and paying for the product, the fans, you know, and the communities of supporters, they get fucked over. And they're spending full fucking price often, right? Like you're spending the $70 or the $80, or you're buying that limited edition that's got some additional content for $100. And you're getting an unfinished, broken, buggy ass fucking mess that barely runs, that's missing a bunch of content. And then a few months later, it kind of functions because they've patched it a few times. And then like a year later, it's actually a finished product. That's if you're lucky. But like you see this with most games now, most of them, not all. Every once in a while, you get a company out there that's like, no, we're actually going to finish it first. And they do. There's a lot of pressure now because they need investment from so many different sources. So much fucking money needs to be invested. And those, I'm assuming partially, I don't know for a fact, but I'm assuming a lot of time it's like shareholders putting pressure on them. Like we own part of this company. We want, this needs to be done. And it's like, yeah, but you guys don't do the job. You're not game developers. It's not done. And that you can't just run your fucking mouth and expect that to get the results. It needs to be a finished product that like when it comes out, like you look at the damage that was caused when the same company that did this game, The Witcher, when they released Cyberpunk 2077, and it was like an unfinished, buggy ass fucking mess in 2020. I've mentioned this before. I didn't play games then. I had gotten out of gaming for a few years. So I wasn't even aware of it at the time. But finding out years later what had happened, it got like pulled off the store. It was not even allowed to be sold by Sony. They were like, dude, this can't, we're not selling this. This is so broken. And there was like a huge, like kind of outcry from the fan community because the game was unfinished and it was too buggy and broken. And so CD Projekt Red vowed to fix it. And they had to do an absolute shit fucking ton of work for like years to fix that fucking game. It obviously was going to need probably another 1 to 2 years of active development to be released properly. But there was pressure on them from various sources, obviously, to release it before it was ready. And it blew up in their face. That's permanent damage. People, myself included, like the game. I like Cyberpunk 2077. I think it's an amazing game. But I played the finished version. I played it years later after it had been patched like 50 fucking times. But if you're one of those probably millions of people that played it the first year it came out, that's a permanent bitter taste in your mouth. That's permanent. Even if eventually you played it years later and like, oh, it's pretty good now. It's always going to taint your opinion in some way. That's permanent. That's permanent damage. You can recover from it, but only so much. And this sort of thing needs to stop where these games get released. This game right here still has a shit fucking ton of issues. We saw a couple here and there, but I will tell you right now, this thing has crashed on me. I don't know, 50 plus fucking times. Like in the last couple weeks. I mean, like an insane amount of times, like crazy how often this thing will crash on me. Like I said, it crashes when I switch a sword, when I add a rune to a sword. It crashes when I change my boots, my shirt, my pants. It crashes when I load the game. It crashes when I close the game. It crashes when I'm transitioning areas in the game. It crashes when I'm just walking around in the environment. It crashes in cutscenes. It crashes when characters are in the middle of talking to me. Like, it is so fucking unreliable. And then, as I mentioned in my Game Thoughts podcast, there is an issue with the game that is a known issue from what I was reading online. And it took me a while to figure this out. Where oftentimes when it crashes, it will create error logs in a hidden folder that by default Windows hides. And it's not even in the game's folder. You can't go to like anything that has to do with the game to find it. It's in a hidden folder in Windows. And then under that hidden folder, it's inside of an NVIDIA folder. And then inside the NVIDIA folder is another subfolder that I forget the name of that just gets completely filled with terabytes. If you've got the space and you don't know what's happening, it will just go on forever. Potentially terabytes or more of space being chewed up and eaten up of these error logs that just perpetually generate. It's like this broken loop of generating errors that just goes on forever. And you don't know what's happening. I had over 200 fucking gigabytes of error logs building up behind the scenes in my Windows C drive, my C drive SSD. And it wasn't until the drive was full and I was getting warnings on my computer. I was like, what is happening? And it took me a while to find the root cause. And it will always happen. You can't stop it unless you use a brute force method. Like what I did, and this was based on, because I'm not, like, I don't know. I'm not some fucking smart person. I was using some assistance from fucking Google's Gemini to help me figure out what was even happening. It really worked, dude. I found the root cause and stopped it using that tool. Otherwise, I would have had no idea how to figure out why is my drive filling up and what's causing it. Where is it coming from? And it led me to it. And I had to place a file in the folder that The Witcher was trying to propagate these errors into. I had to name a file the exact same name that The Witcher program was trying to name it, so that then when the program tries to name it that, it can't, because there's already a file in there with that name. And by doing that, it basically blocked the program from writing these fucking hundreds of gigabytes, potentially terabytes of garbage junk error logs. And this was going on after the game was closed and off and there was nothing running on the fucking computer. It was like, I close the game. There's no indication that there's anything on anymore. And I leave the room, go to sleep the next day. Like the whole fucking night, it's just generating thousands and thousands and thousands of errors in this hidden fucking NVIDIA folder. It's ridiculous that this kind of shit is still going on in this fucking game. Is that going to be addressed? Are they going to fix that with the fucking free update? I fucking hope so. Holy shit. It's like one of the things they said here was native DX12 support. Let's hope that actually helps with some of this bullshit with the instability here. When you take an old ass fucking game and you just start tacking on modern features that it was never designed to support, it introduces all of these new fucking anomalies. And then it's up to you, the person that bought the fucking thing, the person that wants to play the game and enjoy it and support the company's work. It's up to you to fucking troubleshoot it and deal with all the headache. It's like you're a fucking unpaid fucking engineer on the team or something. You're getting no fucking recognition, no payment, no acknowledgement, and it's like all on your shoulders. And it's like it becomes a day job. It's like a 24/7 job. Cause like when I was playing Forspoken on PC, that fucking game is so unstable on PC. It has so many fucking problems that I spent more time troubleshooting and trying to fix issues than playing the fucking game. And I started to resent the game. I don't even like the game anymore. It ruined my impression of, like, I thought I liked the game until I played it on fucking PC, and it became such a nightmare experience. It's so frustrating that I don't ever want to play it again on anything, because it's going to bring back these like traumatic memories. And like part of the reason for that is that Square didn't finish the fucking game. They didn't finish it. Ultimately, that rests on Square Enix. You know, Luminous Productions made the game underneath, like under the umbrella of Square Enix. And Square Enix is responsible for forcing them to ship it early and then shit canning the whole team and closing the company. And then never fixing the fucking game that's still available to this day on Steam and other places. It will occasionally go on sale for a really good price, like under $20. I think somewhere around $14 to $15 often. However, many times it's full ass fucking $70 when it's not on sale. And they will happily accept that payment. And they haven't updated it in fucking years. And it is still like almost unfucking playable. It's that bad. And like this kind of behavior needs to stop. These companies have been enabled. And now they will just release broken, unfinished products as long as they can get away with it. And it's no one person's fault. And it's generally probably not the actual development team's fault. It's probably people above them and outside of that entity putting pressure on them. Like I said, shareholders, people with the money, pushing them, forcing them when they know it's wrong. They don't have a choice. Because if you try to protest it, you can only do it for so long. Before now, it's like your job is on the line, your credibility is on the line. They'll take you down because you're interfering with their monetary stream. So they're gonna fucking punish you. And so like you have no choice. Now you've got to damage your brand and your people and cause like an uproar in the gaming community and release an unfinished product because of the garbage that clogs up the fucking world at the end of the day. It's like it's garbage clogging up our fucking future as a collective people. I can't think of a good analogy, you know. It's like the fucking grime, the sludge in a pipe. What do you like? How do you flush it out? I guess with some lye or something. Let it sit in there overnight. Like the problem is you might like damage the fucking plumbing if you do that. I don't know. What do you do? But that was a look at the at The Witcher. I wanted to check it out, and we did that. And we might do more of that. We might do some more checking it out, because I like to record this stuff and feel like I'm making content with it in some way, rather than just play the game in isolation. I like having the mic here. I like using my camera, kind of. I like using my equipment here. I've got my mic and my channel strip. I want to use it, you know. And I've still got to work on it. Like I've got the pop filter out again, even though it's huge, because I'm still having issues with plosives. I thought I fixed that, but it's coming back. So until next time, until whatever, goodbye.